Welcome to the 141st Annual First Parish Harvest Fair. This event is a wonderful event for the entire community that First Parish puts on every year, with everything from white elephant and children's games to wonderful homemade crafts and goods. And so it's a thrill to see so many people from the community come. We've got a beautiful day for it this year, and we're grateful for all the ways members of the community support First Parish.
And we have a free raffle.
Yep.
So what do you have here today?
Coffee stand,
What are you selling?
donuts, cider, and slices of apple pie and a whole apple pie.
And is everything made fresh?
Yeah,
And from Dunkin' Donuts.
yeah.
What's that?
And from Dunkin' Donuts.
Wow. Ooh, we'll get a close up of the pie. Can you tell us about the pies?
It's good.
They're $13 each. The apples are from Shelburne Farms. And they're without any trans fat. And we're selling slices for $2 each.
How long will the pies be on sale for?
Until they're sold out.
Until they're sold out.
Well, I mean, they're on for the rest of the month, right?
No, this is the last day.
Okay, the prize sample's over here.
She and I are selling tickets.
Yeah.
All right, talk about what's going on.
We're selling tickets at the First Parish Church fair, and there were some cool games, but somehow the bouncy house got deflated. What are you doing?
There you go.
Look at the screen. Why?
See?
Why you do this?
Just for Star TV.
What is that?
Goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. I'll give you a call. Or I don't know. You know what? Your phone's not working. Call me. Okay? My phone should be working. No, it wasn't working last night. Call my house phone.
Chance to win some raffle tickets. And we hope you will, when you get your free one, you'll buy another 5 or 6 or 10 or 12 or whatever while you're in the process.
Looks good.
I'm better. I'm better now. I'm doing better. This is my friend Sherelle. I'm Diane. We're part of the Baked Food Committee, and this is absolutely our best year ever at the fair. We came here this morning. We were absolutely overwhelmed. You are just seeing part of what the contributions that have come into the bake table. We probably have had, I would guess, 40 to 50 people contribute to the bake table. We have pies, homemade pies. We have pickles. We have jam. We have cupcakes. We have muffins. We have homemade yeast breads. My absolute favorite, I bought 12 of these myself, carrot cake whoopie pies with homemade cream cheese frosting. You're drooling. I can see you drooling, Jonathan. Jonathan himself helped me make blueberry turnovers, apple turnovers. Should I go on? We have cinnamon twists. We have peanut butter blossom cookies. You name it, we have it. Plus, we have an interior decorator that comes in here and decorates our table every year. Who's the decorator? My daughter is the decorator. My daughter Gretchen is the decorator. She comes in and decorates every year. Do we not have the prettiest table at the fair? Thank you so much for stopping by. Come by later.
Hi, my name is Tyler Plaskin, and I'm at the FPC Fair. So, are these all homemade?
Yes, they're all made by members of the church.
All made by members of the church. Was everything handmade?
Yes, it was. We have some lovely quilts. Knitted items.
And this is the arts table, correct?
This is a crafts table, yes.
Thank you, Tom.
Oh, looks like your pumpkin's wearing lipstick. Yeah, I know. Is that fun? Needs a nose, doesn't it?
I just want to mess it up.
You messed it up? That's okay.
I want to mess it up.
Okay. I liked it. It's pretty.
It's a dog that walks off a cliff.
Actually, I don't think it's meant to walk on it. I think you're making it walk on it.
Well, yeah, well, it's so fun when it does.
Okay, I'm Don Rising, live here in Stow, as most of you know. We started collecting early cars back in, was it 1980, when friends took us to an auction in Boston, and we walked around looking at the cars and saw this cute little car that we thought would be great to own if we could only afford it. And at the auction we were able to buy it, and that's this 1905 Cadillac single cylinder. It's called the Model F. This is the third year of production for Cadillac. Has an engine under the seat. It's got a 5-inch bore, 5-inch stroke. So under today's terminology, it's 1.6 liters all in one hole. It's a lot of fun to drive. We bought it thinking we could take it to car shows. And we soon found out that there was something beside car shows when some friends introduced us to touring in the antique cars. And that's what we do mostly these days. And since buying the car in 1980, we figured we've driven it something like 20,000 miles on car tours each year, and had a lot of fun doing it. The 2-speed transmission, so you start out in low and shift into high, and it does have a reverse gear. It's been a very reliable car for us, and as I say, we've had a lot of fun. It can be a little bit scary for the first time somebody rides as a passenger in the car, because the steering wheel is on the right-hand side, so the passenger is sitting on the left-hand side with traffic coming towards them, no way of controlling the car, and not much in front of them. There's no windshield, there's nothing to hold on to except maybe the side of the seat. But anyway, we do have a lot of fun with it, and it's been an enjoyable car. And that led us into getting another Brasserie car that could go a little bit faster and was maybe better suited for foul weather conditions. And that's this 1911 Ford. This is a Model T. Ford started making the Model T actually at the end of 1908 or 1909 model year. So this is the third year of production of the Model T. It was restored and got a first place award in the Hershey meet in 1973. And we bought it from the guy who had restored it. He just put it in his barn and really hadn't done anything with it. We've been touring this one now for 6 or 7 years, and it's been a very good car and an enjoyable car. This one, Ford made over the years more than 15 million Model Ts, starting from those first ones, the 1909 model year, up through 1927, when he came out with the Model A. Ford's very first car was in 1903 with a Model A, which is a little 2-cylinder car. This is a 4-cylinder, and its engine number is only 40,658, so Ford had not even gotten up to 100,000 cars here early in the third year of production. This one has the steering wheel on the left-hand side, which is certainly more conventional to us these days, and it was the first model that Ford came out with that had the steering wheel on the left-hand side. The early cars usually were driven from the right-hand side, and our understanding is that that was because you drive a horse-drawn vehicle from the right-hand side. That's because you can then watch your wheels, be sure you don't get in the ditch, and then when you get where you're going, you can drape the reins over the dash rail and then help the lady out, and everything works fine. But once you throw a steering wheel and gear shift levers and maybe some spare tires on the outside of the car next to the driver, it becomes very difficult to get out that side, and you really can't see where you're going to try to pass somebody else. So the steering wheel was moved over to the left-hand side, but it took a while to do that. Some of the cars didn't move over until the early 20s even. How much more do you want to go on with? The horn in this one is not as good as the one in the Cadillac, but I'll let you hear it. Better sound. Incidentally, the headlights on the Ford are acetylene, and normally there would be an acetylene generator on the running board. I've taken that off right now so I could carry spares with me, but and I have a Prestolite acetylene tank under the car. So you have to light the headlights with a match, and the same way with the side lights and the tail light. Those are both kerosene lamps and have to be lit at night when you need them. That's the horn. the horn bulb is up there beside the seat, but that it blows air down through that brass tube down to the horn itself. Yeah, that's it. And the levers under the steering wheel control the speed of the car. The one on the driver's right-hand side over here is the throttle, and the one over here on the left-hand side is the spark timing. So you start it with the spark fully retarded so it doesn't kick back on you, but then when you're running you advance the spark so it comes at the right time to get the most power out of the engine. The spark comes a little bit before the piston reaches top dead center. The Ford also is a 2-speed transmission with the 3 pedals on the floor doing most of the work there. The right-hand one is a brake, so and that applies a band in the transmission that's connected to the drive shaft. The left-hand pedal is the clutch, and you push that in for low speed and you let it all the way out for high speed. Right now it's in neutral, which is somewhere between that, and I think it was E.B. White who said that neutral on a Model T is like a note on a violin string. It's somewhere between low and high. And the brake lever actuates a cam that pushes the clutch down part way to hold the car in neutral when you're cranking it. So if I move the brake lever now, take the brake off, that pedal pops out a little bit. I don't know if you can see it. It just doesn't move all that much, but that's enough to put the car into neutral. And to back up, you put the car in neutral by having the brake lever halfway up, doesn't apply the brakes. It only puts the car in neutral, and then step on the middle pedal, which is reverse. And it's all done with planetary gears inside the transmission, just bands clamping on different drums in there.
What's the fastest speed you can get at?
The Ford will go about 45. It's more comfortable to drive it at maybe 30, 35 is a good speed. Sometimes it will start very easily. I don't know if it will. It probably won't when I'm trying to show it off here. So you can edit this out of the tape. But if everything is set up rightly, turn the ignition on. Oh, I just got a buzz from the coil. So I have to crank it with the crank out here then to get it to start. So then I come around and advance the spark and close the throttle and throw the ignition switch over to the magneto side so it's not dependent on the batteries for most of its running.
That's the throttle there?
This is the throttle over here.
Okay, so
And that's the spark advance over here.
the spark advance?
Okay?
Pop the bell and grab the bells here from now and stay on. Also, who'd like to give me $2 for a bag of 5 soccer balls? Somebody must want to say one. $2 for a bag of 5 soccer balls, anybody? Well, how about $1 a pair for Steve? We got Steve over here for $1 a pair.